I got a great question on the BossLater Facebook page tonight about using the BossLater in conjunction with the Wallabot. For those of you that don't know what the Wallabot is, it's an automated robot that trades on MetaTrader using the principles from the Wallaby Trade book that I wrote. If you go to piptoring.com and you type in Wallaby Trade, you can find a free version of the Wallaby Trade book. It's full length, the complete book in its entirety, and you can read it for free. And you can learn more about what the Wallaby Trade is. It's a simple method of trading using divergence principles. Well, if we look here at a chart of the New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen, we can see that it's got a reading of 200 on the BossLater. Excuse me. And at that reading of 200 on the BossLater on the 15-minute chart, we have a downward bias or a sell trade bias on this currency pair. And I can run a test to see if I traded the New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen short using the Wallabot trade after this point of 200 and all the way until it reaches the 800 again. I can see if the Wallabot can help me trade sell trades that I would want to take anyway. So I choose the Wallabot laboratory when I do my testing here, drop down and look for the New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen currency pair on the 1-minute chart. And then I'll choose some properties here. I'll choose a manual stop loss of 30, no trailing stop, take profit of, let's just use a take profit of 35 pips. I don't know, I'm just playing around here. Allow long trade is false because we're only going to take sell trades. Allow short trade true. Allow stochastic cross, yes, it's got to take a trade. Use reward to risk, false, because we're using a 30 pip stop and a 35 pip target. And then we have the Wallaby time frame 1, the Wallaby time frame 2 is 5, and the Wallaby time frame 3 is 15. What this does is it takes the BossLater and gives us a bias for direction, and then uses the Wallabot to take the trades for us 24 hours a day in that direction. So now that I've set all my parameters up, I can let this run and see what kinds of trades it takes. So I'll click Start, and it will start zooming through my charts here, and it will start taking trades from November till the wrong date. Wow. So I chose the wrong date. Let's go back, check this chart out. This line was drawn on the, oh wait, that is 100% correct. On November 10th is when it started in that downward trend. So I was correct. So it started in the downward trend from the BossLater reading on November 10th, and that has lasted for 13 days. And so it runs to the present. And we can just take all of the sell trades on the 1-minute chart from the time that we got that reading of 200 forward. And then when the currency pair hits the 800 on the 15-minute chart again, we would turn this back off because we wouldn't want to use it because there would be no bias any longer. And we could stop trading at any time before that, perhaps when we've made a certain amount of profit that we like or something else. But we would leave it running from the point of 200, in my opinion, onward all the way until it reaches the 800 again. And so you can see it running through a lot of trades here, and we'll see the report in just a moment. So to repeat it again, we've just completed all of our trades. We had a sell trade bias on the New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen, and we elected to use the Wallabot to take our trades for us. And you can see the equity curve is quite good. We used the trend bias from the BossLater and the Wallabot to take the trades. Looked like we had 73% winners out of 15 trades, 26% losers, and our average winner was slightly smaller than our average loser. We could play around with the numbers, but that's one example of using the BossLater and the Wallabot together.